Alright. Alright, looks like you got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each, like you've done here, should make dealing with monsters much easier. Should be able to change it? I probably could, but honestly, I'll just condition. I'll just, like, condition myself to do it. I normally, like, I appreciate games having button maps, but normally when I'm playing a game, I'm just gonna condition to, like, however the game wants me to do it. Like, I'll get used to it really quick. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbit. The more slots you have, the broader range of choices. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, you can have its max value increased by opening slots. Now I want you to use the Sepith to open a slot. You're going to give me more Sepith. Okay, so now I have to open a slot. So we'll open one for Estelle. And just Estelle. See, you managed to open one of your orbit slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you're free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Haha, now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for. How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Oh, Estelle. Joshua, help me! Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with the test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm gonna remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. Alright, your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was wondering, but is there not gonna be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said in the bulletin board not long ago, did you not? Yeah, and? I even made you jot down what you read in the Bracer notebooks unless you forgot that. Estelle doesn't believe in note-taking. See you later, Flygon. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck with your class. Pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Ah, divine Adios, right? I think you say this like Adios because they talked about Adios in Cold Steel. I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon such a wonderful gift. What? Estelle, are you okay? So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. Ah, I can finally feel the nostalgia. Or I can already feel the nostalgia. All these horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll be able to graduate at all. You will, Estelle might not. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. Haha, we'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in the Rolette sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within the area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost here, or lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let your guard down, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. What's this book for? It's called a Monster Guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in here. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You really gotta get a head on your shoulders, Joshua. Joshua is probably the only reason Estelle's gonna survive in this universe. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget, though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Alright, I'm just in control. Classic sewer dungeon, here we go. Also, we do have turbo mode, which is really cool. In case I'm, like, you know, doing multiple battles. Wait a minute, Estelle. There appears to be a recovery point over there, so we should use it to restore our EP and or EP in this game. EP. HP, EP. Right, this game has EP and CP, because CP's for craft points and the EP's for, I don't know what it stands for, but it's your art meter, basically, for magic. Orbit charging stations, yes, these were in Cold Steel. Sounds like a plan to me. How does Estelle have not max EP? We haven't done a single battle. Yeah, we do have turbo mode for when we want to use it. Hello. Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it. Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They will become visible as you approach them. The conditions at the start of battle will change depending on how the monsters engage. Engaging an enemy. Oh, this is basically advantage, disadvantage state. Yeah, that is a good point. It could be, hint. It could be, energy points. Yeah. I never thought about it. I played Cold Steel 1 and 2, but I never really thought about what EP would stand for. I just remember it's the art meter. It might be energy points. That actually sounds right. Indicate 2 attacks first. Right, this is like Cold Steel. Starts from the top. I'm really curious to see how different the combat is here. Like, it looks essentially the same, but it's probably, like, more basic. We have our classic move here. Can't do any crafts yet. Hint. Attack an enemy. You may also use it to move if you're... Right, if you're not in range, it just moves you and you don't get to attack. That was in Cold Steel as well. Range was a big factor. Well, ideally, we want to attack you. Nice. And Joshua, you can just start heading to that one. Bum, 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 bum. Get him. I also have arts I should be using. Oh, wait, they won't let me use arts. Never mind. The game just wants me to straight up attack. They'll probably teach me about arts and crafts later. And goodbye.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Also, there's voice acting in the battles, which is interesting. Dude, that did sound like Johnny Young Bosch. Pretty sure that was Guy from Tales of the Abyss. Sounded just like him. Hello? Here comes some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Okay. Arts are effective on it. Yeah, Cold Steel had enemies that were affected by arts. EPs consumed, blah, blah, blah. By the way, I'm not gonna, like, I'll mention Cold Steel every now and then, but I won't spoil any big story stuff that happened in Cold Steel because this is completely separate from Cold Steel, but obviously I'll refer to Cold Steel like, oh, I've seen this in Cold Steel. But I'm not gonna spoil anything big about that game. For people who, like, actually haven't played Cold Steel, like, I'll treat this as if I haven't played it, but also I will reference it because I played it first. Arts are effective against foes, which are difficult, blah, blah, blah. Takes time before arts. Yes, okay. I'm skipping the tutorials because the combat seems similar to Cold Steel. But, like, you know, I'm skimming them, basically. You go for Soul Blur. Yoko, welcome to stream. Maybe in the bracelet book it tells you what EP is. Maybe it does. I don't think they never said it, but maybe they have it in the coding. I don't see why they wouldn't. I remember Cold Steel having a really annoying feat status effect where the character would be down for a number of turns. Oh yeah, the stun effect, that was annoying. They did have that, didn't they? Also, we can't attack enemies on the field because that was something you can do in Cold Steel. Stell, let's try using crafts this time around. Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing damage, they're worth a shot. Roger that. Crafts have range limits, but can also be utilized instantly. CP's gained. Yes, yes, yes. CP's gained by getting damaged and attacking. Are you playing Steam version or emulator? I am playing the Steam version. I bought all the Sky games for $50 total. They were on sale, so I'm getting my money's worth. Behold my dual strike. Alright, pretty good. Bum, 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 bum. I didn't even use Estelle's craft. I was supposed to, though. The game wanted me to.
That's that then. Let's move out.
I'm like fairly certain this is Johnny Young Bosch doing this voice. Anyway. Ooh, hello, treasure chest. Reviving bomb. The chest is empty because of you. Nice work, hero. They have dialogue for the chest. That's really cool. Hello. Ah, what a surprise. Another creepy thing. I wish there were an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-Craft or S-Break should do the trick. Yo, S-Crafts already? The catch is our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of these moves. These devastating attacks can only be unleashed when CP gauge is above 100. S-Breaks are actions which allow S-Crafts to be, yeah, the mystic arts, quote-unquote. If I remember right, if you use an S-Craft at 200, it's more powerful than using one at 100 CP. I think that's how it worked in Cold Steel. And also, I should be able to S-Break, which is like use it whenever you want. I did that a lot for bosses that were difficult. These are actions which allow S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order. What do I press though? S-Crafts which will be used as S-Breaks can be changed by going to Tactics and then set S-Break within the main menu. Press the break button to unleash it. It's not going to tell me what button that is, huh? Okay. I'll have to figure out what the button is.
Here I come.
Alright. Pretty neat. I mean, basic, but neat. It's an S-Craft. Oh, you just moved the D-pad.
Let's do this.
Or I moved the D-pad. Also, this game is weird in that, like, if I use the mouse... See, as you can see, I have the pointer here, so, like, if I move the mouse, then, you can use, like, a mouse and keyboard for it. But obviously, I'm using a controller. Because controller is the optimal way to play, like, any RPG in my mind. Hey, buddy. I want that chest. So that's the treasure chest we're after. Oh, this is where I have to go anyway. Alright. If we made it this far, the rest is going to be a piece of cake. Seems like we got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time. There should be a number of ways to get the more mileage out of our actions. Yeah, this is about bonuses. Cold Steel had like, oh, sometimes you would heal, sometimes you get a delay, sometimes no EP. These icons indicate the bonuses allotted to battle order. If a bonus icon appears next to a character icon, they will receive that bonus. Heal HP, 7th up. Let's try out this craft. Morale. Oh, it doesn't even hit? You get like a buffing one? It raises strength by 20%, which is pretty pog. In that case, just like Aqua Bleed this one. And then Joshua, I'm just gonna have you normal attack to build up CP. Bum, 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 bum. We'll see how the difficulty is in this game. I remember when I played Cold Steel 1, I did normal mode. And the early game was like not easy, but then it got really, the difficulty was all over the place. Like it started from being like fine difficulty wise, and then it got really easy for like the mid to late game, other than like fighting C. And then Cold Steel 2 I played on hard, and it was a lot better of a balance. I played on hard because Cold Steel 1 was pretty easy overall. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Sky handles difficulty. I'm on normal mode. because I don't want to do hard or nightmare, and I'm sure you can't change it. So there's that. Do a morale here.
Come on.
Bum, 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 bum. Could do that if I want to speed it up, which is really nice. You have to like hold it in this game though. You can't just press it like in Cold Steel, which is fine. Lock up. Speeds up the flow. Oh, raises speed. That makes sense. That enemy's not going to reach Estelle. Estelle will get a chance to heal. Like, no doubt. Although it is going to have to like take a turn or two to use an art. So maybe not. Oh, she got an HP heal right there. So do another tier. Alright, we're good, we're good. Bum, 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 bum. Get you out of here? And you can aqua bleed this enemy. It's got 8 HP. Did I see that right? Or was that 80 and I just didn't see the 0? No, it has 8 HP. That's hilarious. But I'm sure attacks do like very little because they said to use arts on these things. Yeah, arts are like overkill. I like that speed up doesn't affect the music. I mean, most games I play, if they have a high speed motion, they never affect the music. The only thing that would affect the music is like an emulator's hyperspeed, because you're emulating it. The Final Fantasy games don't affect music when you use their high speed motion or their high speed modes. They also don't affect the music. That's only really a factor.
Piece of cake.
I wanted to hear her voice, like her victory line. It's only really a factor when you're using an emulator, which I rarely do. Literally only as a last resort, I will emulate something. Hey, a small box. That's weird. There's a couple of boxes inside the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one, but two is kind of interesting. We'll wonder what's inside. Remember our Estelle? Our mission is to search and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. No fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call good, honest curiosity. You know we're the only ones down here. We can get away with a teensy-weensy peek, right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means be my guest. Did you just say the F word? Yep, one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. And as long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask Miss Shara when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright, alright. Oh, Estelle. Alright, there's nothing down here, so this was really linear. Like, hey, only one way to go. What's this? The door is rusted, appears to be locked. Alright. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, what's up here? Nothing? Oh, I can heal if I go up here. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm gonna need to confirm the items in your possession. Yep, they're the real deal, alright. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. That was a close one. I figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. You didn't really think something like that would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara, what's in those boxes you had us get? That's for me to know and you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for today, so let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do. Seriously? But didn't you say that we'd pass the test? You still have to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line's in sight. Agreed. It seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal.